Hello everyone, it's Mike from Just Lifestyle, and you know what, let's bump this number of time of training up to 64 minutes, because I know recently we basically have been slacking and not been doing our full amount of training. Is this going to work? Okay, there we go, that's over 64 minutes. Right, so we're gonna be training some Woodpecker today, and in fact, actually what I want to make sure is we finish these intermediate exercises today. Like there's just like 9 more to go. Like how hard can it be? Let's just get this section done, god damn it, because I feel like every start of a stream I keep saying like, oh, you know, we're almost finished, and then we never actually finish it. So today we're finishing it. Today we're training 64 minutes at least. Let's just get into some training. I mean, to be honest, I absolutely hate the fact that I have to do this. I don't want to be here. But we're going to do it anyway, because that is what hard work looks like. Welcome, Gloin. Welcome, Mark Decker. Mark, I saw your message about your C3 Venom game. I had a very, very quick look. Looked fantastic, so good job on that. And yeah, actually, will we look at this stream? I'll have to think. I'll see how I'm feeling. But no, very, very glad to hear you got a good result. I need to be careful with this as well, right? Because if I start analyzing your games every stream, then I mean I'm gonna get game requests every single stream, and then I'm gonna procrastinate even more from solving these Woodpecker tactics. So I gotta be careful. That's what I want to say. The audio's lagging for you. That's not good. Let me see. I mean, no error reports on my side, so it might be on your side, Mark. Not sure what I can do to help with that. Welcome, Sir Space Lee. Long time no see. Okay, let's get into some calculation. Right, so we've got Spassky against Coleman. Queen, rook, rook, knight, knight. Queen, rook, rook, knight, knight, bishop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have an extra pawn, but they have an extra bishop. Their king is also incredibly exposed on g6. Our knight is somehow covering the escapes for now as well. So we got this x-ray going. We've got this potential threat. We've also got all these discoveries then due to the queen. What else is there to note? My king is a little bit exposed. Maybe the queen can try come in. What else is there to note? So we need to... See, it's always... That's why I need to keep this up, right? Because it always takes me so long to get in the zone and get warmed up. But no, when we do get in the zone, it goes very well. Like yesterday, I had a league match actually, and I managed to win. So I actually might have crossed 2100 ECF, which is very nice. But I played some amazing tactics for my level at least. Moves that probably I wouldn't typically spot. So I was really warmed up. I warmed up with some tactics, and then when I went into the game, the whole game I was completely focused and in the zone and played really well. So it was a Garganetza Modern, actually. Really, really nice game. Maybe I can show that later if I'm really losing my brain doing these tactics. So what do we need to consider? We need to consider loose pieces. What loose pieces do we have? We've got a loose piece here. We've got a loose piece here. We looked at one x-ray already. Maybe there's some x-rays like this, x-rays like this. What about any piece tension? Okay, right. So let's start calculating. So what checks do we have? We've got queen check. And then we've got all the knight discoveries, which are literally all of these moves are potential checks. Then what about captures? I mean, this is a capture, but also a check. This is a capture. This is a capture. This is a capture. Okay, and then threats. Oh, this was also a check. The pawn can also check. And then in terms of threats, maybe moving the queen to h file, maybe lifting the rook, maybe bringing the knight in, pushing the pawn. So one of these moves has to be good. So okay, let's begin with the checks. If we give a check here, they just take and nothing. If we give a check here, they just take and nothing. If we give a check, okay, we'll save that one for later. If we give a check here, they just take. We give a check, they come here. No follow-up. If we give check, they just take. We can give a check. Again, they can come here, no follow-up. If we give a check, they come here. We can give another check. They can even take, perhaps. I don't think it's ever enough. Check if they come here. Do we have any other moves? We can't really take the rook because of our queen. Yeah, somehow not buying it. Because knight here, let's say we push the pawn. Sorry, knight here, king here, push the pawn. They take. Yeah, then we're in trouble. Got one check here and they just go back. So again, not this. What about this? They come here. Again, I'm not seeing it. King f7 again. King f7 again. What about this check? If they come here, we give mate. If we give this check and they come here. What can we do? I don't see anything. So what about this capture? If they just capture back, we can give this check and then we win the queen. So if they capture back with the rook, at the very least we can give this check and then win the rook. So if they capture back with the pawn, how has this changed the position? Can we now play any moves that we couldn't before? Definitely feels like the attack's a little more promising. For instance, what about knight check here? And if king takes, maybe rook f3. And how on earth do they defend that position? I think that looks promising actually. Take and then play knight h7. Because if they go king f7, then we can just take the rook, right? So they kind of have to take our knight, and then we can just play rook f3. Don't see any defense there. So I think we're running out of time a bit. I think we just go for it. I think this makes most sense. We didn't look at all of our threats or captures, but this feels the best we've got. Oh yeah, alternative. Interesting. Oh, if it's alternative, then I don't know what else to do, because this isn't just a transposition, right? Because then they can take with a queen. So I don't know. I feel like alternative's good enough. Give me a break. Give me a break. So let's find out what people are saying. Haven't played chess in maybe a year. Crazy. Well, what's the reason for that? Is it like work stuff? How come? Sounds peaceful, says Josh. Josh, would you like to go as Swishhead or Josh? Because I see your username has changed. Actually, is this a YouTube change, actually? Because I'm also seeing Arav Ajay Kumar instead of Tricky. So has YouTube just ditched the whole nickname business? I have no idea. Which variation in the Garganetta? It was an Austrian attack. I can share the game. It's actually very interesting. Maybe it should even make it into its own YouTube video. Because I actually played this opponent twice. The first time I really should have lost, but I managed to turn the tables and win. And the second game, I just had done my homework and I played really well. Okay, Arabs provided a line, so let's see it. Knight e6, king f7, queen g7, king e6, f5, king d7, e6, king d8, queen takes e7, king e7, knight takes d5 check, king d6, and rook d1. I guess maybe? e6, d8. Yeah, in fairness, you get 3 pawns for the piece. And you keep an attack going. Let's try it. Okay. not the answer. Oh, and it's another capture that we didn't even consider. So I guess this is why you have to just consider all your candidate moves. Because maybe if I actually looked at this, then I would have understood it. But I didn't even get to calculating this. I was already content with ef6. But ef6, if gf6, okay, let's actually just check with an engine. I don't trust this Axel Smith analysis. I kind of like to align Arab. Okay, so ef6 is fine. If queen takes, my plan was just knight g4. If rook takes, my plan was also knight g4. Is it going to be acceptable? Oh my god, it's not. Oh, because we forgot the material imbalance. I hate this shit. We forgot that we're a piece for a pawn down, so actually winning the exchange isn't enough. We're still worse here. It's bollocks. Okay, fine. So maybe rook takes is just, would require a different treatment. I guess if king takes, which is what we were... No. Oh, we didn't even consider king takes, which is poor from me. Didn't even consider king takes. Brilliant. And after pawn takes, I will say knight h7, king h7, rook f3 is winning. Queen g7, you can block with the queen, but oh my god, there's now king g8. I didn't see that. Did not see that. I actually think like it's such a joke that like Greek gift is like one of the first type of sacrifices you learn as a junior. And that shit is so hard. It's still so hard. Like this is such like a Greek gift kind of like compensation. It's so hard to like so hard to get right. So I don't know. I'm gonna screw this tactic. This is way too difficult. Knight takes d5. Arab is saying it's the other way round. Oh my god, all of this analysis. If only put like even 10% of his effort into the rest of his chess. Rest of his course. Knight d5. I don't get it, to be honest. Knight d5. Okay, they take with the pawn. Then what? I don't think it's just a case of it being the other way around. Arab, like, what, knight e6 now, king f7. What's the big deal? Queen check, king up, like, here. What could the idea be after knight d5, pawn takes? Oh, while the knight is still here, we just push f5. Oh my god, Michael. And this is why you have to be disciplined enough to just keep going with your candidates, because I got too lazy. I literally got too lazy to finish looking. Oh, it's annoying. Yeah, I think you do it the other way is cap. Like, it's just a different solution. Yeah, knight d5 is actually just very simple. Also, welcome Arjun to the stream. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay. Queen, rook, rook, bishop, bishop. Queen, rook, rook, bishop, knight. Instinct is just straight up rook f7. Straight up rook f7 if king takes on queen e6. But maybe that doesn't even do anything. Although it probably does in fairness, like bishop takes d5. That has to be winning. If it's not winning, I swear to God, like... I mean, rook f7's got to be the move. There's no way. There's no way. I mean, after just giving that speech about being too lazy to look at candidates, I'm being too lazy to even evaluate the position. But rook f7's got to be right. It's not rook f7. What else could it possibly be? It's just got to be. It's got to be rook f7. You know what? Screw you guys. I'm playing it. Okay, screw Axel Smith. More like. I don't know why I'm saying screw you guys. Screw myself. Screw myself. I'm playing it. That's what I really mean. Yeah, no. Rook f7's got to be right. Queen e6. I mean, just take on d5. It's literally over. Rook f8. Yeah, I kind of saw this and I knew there was no bishop h6, but I was just like, this has to win somehow. Bishop e3, bishop d4 is very nice. And if knight takes c3, then probably queen e6 anyway? Yeah. Okay, nice. Consider the candidates first. No need. No need. But obviously you probably should. Okay, we move on to Fischer. All that matters on the chessboard is good moves. Yeah. Ain't wrong about that. Easier said than done though. So what do we have here? We got queen, two rooks, queen, rook, knight. So we have exchange up. We got 4, 6, 4. I don't know why my brain is struggles so much. It struggles so much to work. Right. It's like I've done 2 critical positions and that's my lot. I'm tapping out. I'm tapping out. Now, I already promised that we need to finish this intermediate section, so we got to keep going. 6 pawns against 4. Exchange up as well. But I guess they've got a bit of an attack. Wow, and Heinz Martai to actually beat Fischer, looks like. I mean, why are we not just playing rook takes c3? If queen takes c3, queen c3, pawn c3, and then we just have a winning rook endgame. So rook c3, I guess they'll play something like queen h6. And again, we're calculating without considering everything. So let's just freaking consider everything. Okay, so what is going on? Queen is x-raying their king. X-ray on this. Maybe x-ray to the pawn. Pressure on the square. Pressure on this pawn. Pressure on this file. Rook is a bit out of play. Queen is loose. Queen is loose. Rook is loose. X-ray already mentioned. Pass pawn. Weak king. Potential for this. Potential for this. Oh, potential for that. Yeah, looks very scary. So rook takes, do we actually have a threat if they just play a move like queen h6? Okay, before calculating what candidates do we have any checks? Got one check. Do we have any captures? Yes, we got captures here, we got captures here, we got captures here, got captures here. Alright, do we have any threats? I don't really see anything. So, checks, they're absolutely garbage. Captures, it feels way too slow. I mean, rook takes is forced. Like, it has to be rook takes. So, if they play like a move like queen h6, what do we have? Because, I mean, we could play a move like rook h3, but they can still take. It's highly uncomfortable. But after king f8, are there no more checks? That's crazy. There's actually no more checks. So maybe that's the point. Rook here, and this is critical. Okay, what about rook here, and they give check? I guess we could play king here on the basis that maybe we could play queen here to try and trade the queens after. Probably not working. At the very least, they can bring their queen over or something. So rook here, we still need a solution. Maybe I can push e6. Maybe that's decent. Because if they take with the pawn, then I can go rook c5. I mean, rook back to c5, right? Probably playable. We're a rook up after all. Nah, rook c3's gotta be the move. Literally nothing else to try. Okay, so he took this pawn. I mean, based on what we've looked at, rook h3 seems like the reasonable response. Oh, we hang our queen. Whoops. What is this? Imagine having a win against Fischer and then you choke it. It would literally be me right now. I'd 100% choke this against a world champion. This is why you offer a draw. This is why you offer a draw in a situation like this. Can't go home with a 0. Not after all the work you put in. Not happening. Man. Okay, what about a move like rook here? That's kind of cute. Trading queens is obviously awful, so we need to do something else. Maybe give a check, or maybe come queen h6. Check can still be met with e6, which I quite like. If they go for queen h6, then we can take. Check. Oh, that's actually mate. Okay, yeah, so actually this might just be mating. And if they go here, we just play e6. And if they take, we just take. And then surely we're up, like, enough. Yeah, and this pawn is absolutely huge. Yeah, rook here is winning. Oh my god, there's rook h8. Oh, and this is why you have to look for your checks on every move of the variation, not just on your own move. And we've worked so hard on this. And we regress so hard. We regress so hard. Rook b3 versus simply rook h8, king h8, queen h6, queen f7, queen f7, mate. I actually would have lost this against Fischer. And why didn't I like rook h3? I literally dismissed it due to queen d5 or something, which is silly because I literally have e6 again. No, I dismissed this because I blundered a queen. But it's saying that you can blunder the queen and it's actually fine? That's crazy to me. Blunder the queen, take the rook, king a2. I'm going to push a pawn. Then you got queen f5. Nah, I don't believe this is winning for black. With this pawn, you're telling me it's winning. Queen takes, rook takes, king a2. Then I guess we have to go win the pawn ASAP, like king g7 or something. Still don't quite believe it. For instance, after queen takes queen, rook takes, king a2, king g7, we can push e5. If they take on g6, we can go queen e4, forking the rook and forking the king. Nah, I don't believe this is winning. Crazy. Okay, so we have to take. And it's just draw. That's unbelievable. And let's go back from the start. Rook c3, fg6, rook h3 only move, queen b4 takes here, king g7, why not e5? Don't get this. I feel like that pawn counts for something, but maybe not. It's crazy to me that this is still equal. Move rook h to h8. Feels so ugly. Queen e6. Just casually b6. Like engine is a different monster. Yeah, I don't know. I guess you can survive. Alright, let's find out what people are saying. Welcome, Faz. How's it going? Rook b3. Okay, I'm not the only one who said rook b3. Alright, Arav is sharp with rook b3, rook h8. Good job. Yeah, Frizz got there as well. Rook h8, queen h6 ideas. Yeah. Yeah, rook h3 is ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. If you see rook h8, but you have to see rook h8. I mean, to be a strong player, you need to be able to spot your opponent's threats. It's a long journey. Long journey. But I mean, having said that, like, my last tournament in France, I actually didn't blunder, like, missing any of my opponent's resources, like, in a really cancerous way, like that. Like, obviously, you know, everyone in every game misses opponent's resources to some extent. But not in a traumatic way, like missing rook h8. So it is getting better. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, we got queen, rook, bishop, and 5 pawns against queen, rook, knight, and 5 pawns. Why is it not just bishop c7? That looks really good. See, like as soon as you get tired, you lose your form, right? And the thing is, you know, the form requires effort, and you can't put in effort when you're tired. Bishop c7 looks really good, though. It just looks really good. Man, I don't know. That's what I want to play. Anyway, let's think more. got a battery, we've got some X-ray. We're defending the pawn once, they're pressuring it twice. This is loose, this is loose. This is sticky, they have some threats, they have some checks. This is a potential check one day, be careful. Pressure. Pressure. Actually threatening to take this pawn. Okay, so any checks? No. Any captures? Yes. We've got bishop takes g7, got rook takes, queen takes, queen takes. Any threats? Bishop c7, which was my first idea. Because it kind of blocks the rook, right? If we try and move like bishop f6, then they can potentially take. But I guess bishop f6 is still a candidate. In some ways, I also like bishop c7 because it stops knight f4, right? We can still take it and then follow up. Really talking myself into playing this. Okay, let's calculate it. What else can they try? If they take with the queen, at the very least we can promote. I mean, I think rook check is even stronger, but at the very least we can promote, and we have big advantage. And if they take with the rook, then we give this check. And why is it not just this? I think it's just that. I really don't think there's anything wrong with it. Okay, so then we can just take back, and then we can throw in this check. Surely. I guess the problem with this, maybe they want to throw this in. Maybe that's the point. And we can't save everything. That's very annoying. Unless we sack the queen. Unless we sack the queen here. Yeah, we should have looked at this knight f4 properly. If queen takes f4, and they take back on f4, and we go rook e8 check, and then they go king h7, and then we can actually choose whether we want to take with the rook and keep the pawn, or whether we want to take the bishop and keep the bishop. Probably take with the bishop makes most sense and just grind that out. But yeah, I think we can queen sack here. There's no checks in between checks that are going to troll us. If we take with the queen, what if they just ignore everything and take this pawn? Do we actually have a follow-up here? Actually, I don't wanna do this. I actually don't wanna do this. Oh, it's so long. It's so long. Queen takes knight, queen takes pawn. You know, I haven't played any bullet recently. I haven't played any bullet. Maybe that's why I'm like losing my mind a bit. I just wanna rot my brain. I don't know if I mentioned on stream actually, but I reached 2678. That was my peak. And then I fell off and quit at 2600. 2678 was the peak. Jesus Christ. No idea. No idea. No idea. No idea. Let's look at this again. Like surely we have something here. Surely we have something. I'm looking at all sorts right now, like bishop takes, rook here, and then trying to play bishop c7 back. If that does anything, but it doesn't. Yeah, my only problem with queen takes f4 is just queen d7. I haven't found a solution. It's gonna be queen takes f4, and I swear to God, if Axel Smith doesn't show queen takes d7, I'm gonna rage. Actually, gonna rage. I mean, okay, what candidates do I have? Like, hold up, why even indulge in either capture? Like, why not just move my king? Like, literally, why not just move my king? Like, I've got this huge threat. Like, why not just move my king? I can literally move my king, like, almost anywhere, though. I don't even know where makes most sense. King f3 if we're trying to be like maximally efficient. So probably king f3 is best. That's crazy. It's just a matter of candidate moves again. Just king f3. King f3, I mean, what if they play like, no, knight e6 maybe? But then I can sack the rook. There's still no more checks because f6 is covered. That's gotta be good. King f3. Find alternative. Okay, so it's gonna be one of these moves. I feel like it might be king h1 then. I really don't like king f1 because then the knight is covering these squares. It just feels awkward. I don't really want to go on these squares in case of any like queen takes bullshit, you know? There's like some discoveries. King h1 if they play knight e6 back. Again, we can sack him with no checks, right? This doesn't come with check. Alright, let's try king f1. Crazy. Queen f4, queen d7. Thank God. Thank God. King f1, rook c7, and rook e8. Beautiful. Let's go. Let's go. I actually think it makes a difference. Some of you are saying king h2, but I don't think king h2 is good due to knight e6. Let's actually have a look. King h2 is diagonal away from the knight. Yeah, knight e6 it makes it tricky. Now you actually have to be precise. You can't play rook e6 because this comes with check. I guess this is winning, but it does require a bit harder work. So yeah. Just do a game recap of your league game, Michael. I mean, yeah, for the Garganetza players out there, they'll love it. And I appreciate the support for my 2678 bullet rating, Frizz. I'm glad someone appreciates it. Yeah. Could have made the grind to 2700, but I just realized, like, I actually care more about this over-the-board event that's coming up. Like, if I got 2700 bullet and got 0 out of 5 in this round robin, I would hate that so much more than if I get, like, you know, a decent score and don't make 2700. So it's just a matter of priorities right now. Yeah. Yeah, I can see how king h2 would be the intuition to get, like, a diagonal away from the knight. But it's also just about, like, thinking of the other pieces and where it will be exposed. Always in pain, Jan. Always in pain. Chess Lifestyle Kahoot would go hard. Except I've never made a Kahoot before. Only participated in them. Actually, a game recap would be nice. Crazy. Okay, if we finish this section and we still have time before the end of the stream, then we'll do it. But it's 26 minutes to go. It's not looking hopeful, guys. I'm actually so glad that I'm not part of this like new brain rot generation. Like these memes like 6-7. It's actually so cringe. Like as a kid, you know, I would come up with like, you know, cringy crap, but like, you know, it wasn't such a collective thing. It was kind of like, you know, like niche autism, and it was cool and fun. I mean, maybe cool is a stretch. Let's just say it was fun. But now it's just cringe, you know? It's just cringe. Like, genuinely. And I would have soaked it all up as a kid, and I would literally be a worse human being as a result. So, thank God I was conceived 15 years later than this cast TikTok generation. You guys are ruined. You guys are ruined. Just putting it out there. That's fine. That's fine. The sooner the human race is cast and ruined, the sooner the plants get to regain control of the earth. So, you know, we can see the positive. Okay, black to play on that happy note. Queen, rook, rook, bishop, bishop, knight, knight against queen, rook, rook, bishop, bishop, knight, knight. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is going on? King, safety. Little bit exposed. Some funny business. Also welcome all the new people who joined, random chess player and others who I forgot to call out. Appreciate you guys coming on, solving some tactics, enjoying the pain which we are experiencing collectively. Our king is looking a lot safer, although f5 is open. What other things to note? Loose hanging knight. Some lack of development. X-ray over here. X-ray over here. Pressure on this square. Big pressure on this square. X-ray defense on the knight. Yeah, I don't know what else to take note of. So, okay, let's begin with our checks. Oh, my God. We have 1 check. Okay, do we have any captures? We can capture. And this time, let's make sure we look at all the checks within the variations as well, so we don't blunder. Any other captures? No. Just turn my radiator on. And any threats? Not really. I mean, I feel like one of these knight captures is just going to be winning, right? Because we've got this potential for the fork at the end. So let's think about it. Knight takes, pawn takes, knight takes, bishop takes is a fork, but queen takes. So somehow this bishop's in the way. I reckon it's something to do with all of this, but I don't know what that is. Or can we take on c3 instead? Right? Because then if queen takes, then we can go knight takes. Oh, I like that. We're even threatening this. We've also got pressure here. Knight c3 looks absolutely killer. Knight c3, queen takes, and knight takes. If bishop takes, then we just go rook takes. Knight c3's got to be it. Knight c3 has got to be it. Any checks from the opponent? Any checks from the opponent? No. Let's say after they take. Any checks from the opponent here? Also no. That's a very good sign. Let's do it. Kaboom! Let's go. Let's go. Queen b4, knight e2 anyway. Stronger is apparently even a5. That's a crazy way to win a piece. Oh, win the rook. Okay, fine. Knight e2, king h1, rook c5, bishop a1. Yeah, I had the feeling that was like these bishop a1 stuff as well. Maybe I should have looked harder to find queen b4 as a potential defense. And what happens if they go king f2 here? Oh, we've got rook c5, queen c5, bishop check. That's quite nice. Because here this is less effective, right? Because I'll just take on e2. And this isn't so clear. But rook c5 is nice. I'm trying to balance my phone. It's so annoying. Like it keeps. I don't know what to do. Try this. Just stay still. It's got a mind of its own. I swear to God. Should I take it out of its case? Yeah, that's the way to do it. Probably it's not going to work at all. It's going to slide down. Yep, that was even worse. Okay. Things I do. The things I do to get a working chat. Let's try that. Oh my god, I'm actually gonna... I'm getting baited so hard by this phone. Because the thing is, it's always like, I put it in the right position, and then I have to fucking scroll. And as soon as I scroll, then the whole phone... Okay, let's do that. Okay, that seems to have balanced. Fine, okay, fine. Jesus Christ, okay. What are we looking at? Okay, so Faz actually putting in the effort to find queen b4. Good job. Yeah, knight c3 first is much better. After knight takes d4, we need to continue the line. That is the sentence from a national master. After knight takes d4, we need to continue the line, not just play it and just assume that this wins. Are we singing Mr. Brightside lyrics? What's going on? Yeah, honestly, phone back. Oh, it's actually so annoying. It's so annoying. Like, you know, I wouldn't be cheating in any like Title Tuesday events because I can't even balance my phone. Like, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. It can't be asked. And now the phone is too close to the actual board. It's just like distracting. Hey. Leave it there for now. Right. Yeah, good job, Faz, for trying to persevere. I'll try and appreciate that mindset going forward. Why the hell is it not just bishop f7? If rook takes, then we just go rook a8. I guess the point is king h8 is a potential move. Oh, it's never so simple, is it? Never so simple. Unless you play c3 Venom and Guggen into modern, and then you just win games. Like liquid, whatever. I don't know. I'll show you guys the game after this training, like, because it was just a super nice game. Just shows why Guggenitz is goated. And okay, let's not make any claims that, you know, I'll make a chess master as a result of it. But definitely it's. I mean, I think I've hit 2100 ECF. Like, that's never happened in my life. So something's going right. Right. What's going on? So queen, rook, rook, bishop, queen, rook, rook, knight. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Outside pass pawn. Bishop versus knight. King safety is fine, but there is a lot of pressure going on, so maybe not fine. Our king is also looking a bit dodgy. all of this kind of stuff. Why not also rook takes? Why is rook takes not just completely winning? Because we even set up this, so it's not even like rook c1 because I do this with discovered check. Rook f7's got to be winning. Why was this not? Why was bishop f7 the instinct and not rook f7? Because rook f7 feels so strong. Okay, so again we're jumping the gun, but this one looks so good we just calculate it. If it wins, it wins, you know? Like, if it's properly winning. If it's properly winning, then we just play it. If they take, we just give check. And that leads to mate. So they cannot take. Can they do any checks? Yes. If they check here, we just block with discovered check. But in fairness, it's not completely clear, right? We take, they give a check, we block with discovered check, they just go king h8. And our rook is pinned as well. And we can't just take their rook because they'll take with the queen and then we get toasted. So that, again, let's just consider your candidate moves. God damn it. God damn it. Okay, so what checks do we have? We've got bishop takes pawn. We've also got captures rook f7. We've also got queen takes g4. What about threats? Could be a move like rook a8. What else could be threatening? Could be a move like queen d2, honestly. Queen d2 could be a game winner. Like, somehow, it's just not a game winner because they still got king h8. But, you know, I don't know. Alright, so let's begin with our checks. Bishop takes, they have to play king h8, and there's just nothing. There's nothing here. e5 is also somewhat of a threat because we are threatening the knight. Maybe that's something to be considered. Oh, I'm so done. I am so done. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Don't want to do this. Okay, e5 joins the ranks. So, okay, bishop f7, king h8. Is there anything more? Really don't see anything more. Really don't see. Really don't see anything more. Yeah. Okay, fine. So look at our captures. Rook f7. They play rook c1. That is just one of multiple candidates that we need to consider. Probably it's the only good one though, because like rook f7, knight f2, then we just take with discover check, and that's got to be good. So rook f7, rook c1. Can we do a better job? Oh, what if we block queen f1? Is that nice? There's still no knight f2 because of rook takes f2. Oh my god, queen f1 is beautiful. If they take our queen, we take back with the rook with discovered check. Oh shit, but then they sack the queen. Are you guys seeing this? Rook f7, rook c1, queen f1 blocks. Rook takes queen, rook takes. But then they can play this. But then we take king takes, pawn takes, and then we're up an exchange. Does that actually work? Rook f7, rook c1, queen f1. I think this actually works. I think this actually works, which is ridiculous. Oh, I'd feel so cool playing this in a game. Yeah, it works. It works. Queen f1. Okay, and then we can just take the rook. Maybe I should have tried harder to find this defense. We can also do a discovery. But actually, this is a bit annoying. Because our queen is still in trouble. Alternatively, we take the rook, right? Because if queen takes, then we give this discovered check and pick this up, which is crazy work. Rook here. Is that right? I feel like it is. Just take this rook. And completely wins. We are not blundering the game. I refuse to blunder the game. I'm pretty sure that wins. Yeah, I think this is winning. Oh, we're so good. We are so good. Let's go. Oh my god. Oh, yes. Oh, well, yeah, piss off. The best move, although it does not lead to a decisive advantage against correct defense, it is both objectively and practically, as black can easily go wrong. What does that even mean? So it's still... Okay, so it's the best move, but it's not decisive advantage if the opponent plays some better defense. But okay, that was still silky. God, that was nice. That was nice. Rook f7, h5. Right. Why is this not just winning? Oh, probably because we have some back rank problems. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he can definitely lose this game as well. But yeah, okay. Luckily, our opponent was bad and played rook c1. Yeah, h5, rook c4. Fine. Yeah, what did I say was the problem with this? I don't remember. Whatever it was, we got it right. Maybe I did find this king h8. I don't remember. It was good. Has Michael gone back to previous puzzles? Maybe I've seen this one before. No, I haven't. These are all new. What the hell did I click? I was trying to balance my phone again. Click something. Okay, what are people saying? Did people find this? Also, welcome Peter to the stream. Yeah, so Bob found Queen f1 first, so did Peter. Lovely stuff. It works, big man. Yes, indeed. Welcome, Blunderman. I think you're new to the channel, so welcome. On this channel, we miserably solve puzzles from a miserably written book and attempt improvement, which is actually, actually somewhat successful right now, so we take it. Yeah, I guess maybe Josh, you have a point about it not being decisive, but at the same time, it's like if you've got nothing else to try, then it's still the best move. For once, I'm actually agreeing with Axel Smith's explanation here, which is crazy. Probably the first in like, I probably agree with his comments like 1 in 50. Not even kidding. Okay, very nice. Oh, I hope these are over soon. Okay, so we've got some accelerated dragon. And I guess black is just gonna get mugged off with a knight on the side of the board somehow. Somehow this feels almost like thematic, and I have no idea what the theme is. So okay, let's just start fresh. So, equal material, awkward knight on a5. Black seems completely fine. So what could be the problem? I guess e5 jumps out as a candidate. Anything else to note, by the way? This is only defended by the queen. Any x-rays anywhere? I mean, there is an x-ray here. X-ray to the king. Some pressure like this. White to play. I have no idea. So, okay, let's just consider some candidates. E5 is definitely one. Do we have any checks? We've also got bishop f7. Do we have any captures? No. So, let's just be very quick. Bishop takes f7, rook takes. Is there any follow-up whatsoever? Not at all. So it must be e5. E5, they can play knight e8. What else can they try? I actually can't go anywhere else because I think knight h5 gets trapped. So e5 looks good, knight e8. Do we have a follow-up? And this is why, like, you know, studying your opening is a really important thing, because this is clearly, like, not an easy tactic, but if you've studied your openings a lot, then you should be able to just get this because you'll know it. So it's like, you can catch people off guard. So it's worth knowing your motifs within your openings that you play. You can get a big advantage without being good at chess. I have no idea. No idea. E5, knight e8, like, literally, what's the big deal? I feel like it's fine for black. Oh, hold up. Is that like some knight e8 bullshit? Because this is now on because this rook is blocked. That is ridiculous. If that works. But then why can't this pawn take? So it's definitely this idea. But what's the finesse? It's definitely this idea. So e5 is one candidate. If we just play knight e6 immediately, well, obviously that doesn't work because it's still protected. So e5, knight e8, knight e6. If they take with the f pawn, I don't think bishop takes is so good though. How do you make it work? Oh, wait. What about e5, knight here, and then go bishop takes pawn? If rook takes, now knight e6. Don't know how much material we've given up. Not that much. That looks pretty strong. So e5, knight e8, bishop f7. What if king takes? Oh, don't tell me we've got like a checkmate or something. We can go like knight e6. And the king is forced to take. And then we hit him with like queen d5. King f5 is forced. Then we go e6 check. Which means they can either go g4 or f6. Or they can block it. That's very annoying. If they didn't have to block, I think, let's say they have to go back, then we could give checkmate. So I think this is very close. e5, knight e8, bishop f7, king f7. Knight e6 anyway, king takes e6. Queen d5 check forces king f5. Maybe g4 check? That's actually mate, except for king takes g4, so that's forced. And then we can go queen e4 check. Rook block does nothing to help. So after queen e4 check, they have to go king h3 or king h5. Surely one of these is winning. Actually, hold up. g4 check we can get in rook g1, so that's probably winning, right? So e5, knight e8, bishop f7, king f7, knight e6, king takes e6, queen d5 check, king f5, g4 check, king takes g4 is forced, rook g1 check. If they go back, rook g5 is mate, I'm pretty sure. If they go up to h5, If they go up to h5, e6 has got to be winning. I mean, they can block with like... Oh, I don't know. I feel like it's definitely winning. I feel like the king is so weak there. The king is so weak. But if it was a real game, would I be able to play it? I mean, okay, I'd start with this move for sure. And then we'd think if this is actually winning. So let's do one more try. Bishop f7, king f7, knight e6, king takes e6 to avoid losing the queen. Queen d5 check, king f5. Oh god, it's so difficult to hold the position. Queen d5, king f5. g4, king g4. Rook g1, king h5. Rook g5, king h4. And then I've got queen e4, which leads to mate. Okay, fine. So then the last thing I've got to look at is bishop f7, king f7, knight e6, king e6, queen d5, king f5, g4, king takes g4, rook g1, king h3. In which we can just go queen g2, queen g4. Okay, fine. So this wins. Jesus. Oh, okay. So they just lose the queen, but king e6, queen d5. And let's see. g4 is my suggestion. Top move. Let's go. Rook g1, top move. And they have these different squares. So if king h3, we just got queen g2, queen g4. King h5, I was suggesting rook g5, king h4. Oh, they've got king h6. But that is on the line of our rook, so it is definitely a little bit risky. But what was the easier mate that I missed? I did see queen g2, I just didn't want to play a non-checking move. Oh, queen d1 is very nice. That would have been a nice one to see. Yeah, queen d1 is beautiful. But yeah. And then king h4, now queen e4. Fine. Yeah, the king's literally got nowhere to run. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Is now a well-known trick. Exactly. I wonder if there are any people who play Open Sicilian against Accelerated Dragon, and do you know this trap or not? Okay. We are free, yes. Training is over, but because I said at the start of the stream that we're finishing... Oh my god. Oh, I actually can't deal with chat today. I don't know what it is. Like, not chat, but dealing with my phone that has chat on it. Like, it's genuinely triggering me. Okay, where do we go? Where do we go back? This game is very famous. I mean, yeah, they're all Fischer games. E5, yeah. Okay, I got the idea in the end. Yeah, I think I got there. I think some other people got there. It's tough to say. Be careful with what you do, Arav, because I do have the right to just ban you again. Like, do not test my patience today. That would be very foolish. Okay, how many more do we have to go? I don't know. Let's just keep doing it until it gives us the congratulations that we deserve. Probably we just have to keep doing Fischer until they run out. Right. Fischer against Rossetto. Isn't that like a type of pasta? I don't know. Rook, bishop, rook, knight. 5. No, what's the like the rice pasta? That's like, is that risotto? I don't know. I've forgotten everything. Unnecessary information, not necessary for chess greatness. Okay. 3-4-5 against 3-4-5. What are we even doing? We're trying to find a good move. So, what is that to note? We've got this amazing passed pawn, defended by our rook. Ideally, we want to kick away this rook that's defending. We'd love to play a move like this, but the knight is covering it. Fine. This is also an X-ray, so potentially if we can remove the rook by other means, this could be possible. X-ray here, but it's not a back rank. We do have room to run. Okay, so what checks do we have? None. What captures do we have? Oh, what about the loose pieces? Loose piece, loose piece, loose piece. We looked at 1 X-ray, 2 X-rays. Any piece tension? Okay. So no checks, no captures, and then threats. Maybe this is a threat. Maybe this is a threat. This is potentially a threat. Maybe bishop here, with the point that like if knight ever tries to develop, then we can pin it. Something like that. I don't know. So let's begin with not our check, not our captures, because we have none. Let's just consider some of these candidates. So if we play rook here, well, they're going to take our pawn. Have we achieved anything? Nope. This is kind of interesting. Maybe they go knight e6. If we go knight e6, I guess we could go here, but then they can take. Is this any good? I really don't know. Knight e6 looks fine. Bishop here is cute, but then just knight here. Is this any different? Can we go back bishop d7? We do this again? Don't see as how it's any different. So if this is such a big deal, maybe we can deal with it somehow. Bishop b3. Knight d7 is not necessary though. Bishop b3, we can just go like king f6 or something. Okay. Let me be free, let me be free, let me be free. Let me be free. Hold up. If bishop b3, king f6, do we have bishop down here? It doesn't really do anything. I haven't really understood this position at all. Like, I'd love to make this pass pawn get home, but like, I feel like you're asking me of the impossible. I mean, is it something like bishop d1 and then do something like this? Like what are they asking me for? I mean, maybe it's this to stop bishop e6, and then if here, then bishop c4. Then knight f6, knight e6 anyway. I don't really see, like, we win this pawn? Maybe we get this outside pass pawn, it's good? I don't know, it's not a terrible plan. Okay, we've got this as like a last resort backup. I want to play bishop b3, like, it feels like the only sensible move. Like, let's just really double check all of our legal candidate moves. Is there anything that I'm potentially missing? None of these moves make any sense. Unless it's just saying, bring our king up, but then we need to stop this anyway. We play this move. Has to be this. What is this? Black is in Zugzwang, moving the king or rook allows... I didn't see king f6 allows rook b8. Oh, I'm so bad. And moving the knight allows bishop e6. Didn't even see that it was Zugzwang. That's kind of crazy. Wow. Yeah, no, my issue with this, I didn't spot that king f6 allows rook b8. That was the one thing I missed, which is kind of trash. Oh, it was risotto. Okay, so I'm not tripping. Oh, risotto. Then why did Frizz say risotto is a type of Italian pasta? Maybe that is maybe risotto is an Italian pasta, and then risotto is the rice thing. Arav, it's not what you did, it's what you've done. You know, an ex-convict has... Wait, is that actually how the law works? Is an ex-convict more likely to go back to jail if they do stuff wrong? I feel like they do, right? They're normally on like some probation period. I don't know. Yeah, that's right, I just compared Arav to a convict. Sue me. I want to sleep. Yeah, I understand, guys. I understand. Okay, let's keep going. I thought you spoke German. Ja, Arav, bist du... nah, I give up. What should I say to Arav in German? Ach die liebe Zeit. Ach die liebe Zeit. That's my favorite phrase. Mate, no, honestly, German exams, any language GCSE exams are piss easy because all you need to do is memorize some high-level phrases and then just apply it to any situation. So no matter what question I was being asked, I was always starting the sentence with trotz der Tatsache. Because it's like, which like German failure is going to know despite the fact? Like, you sound like you're a baller, even if you know nothing, right? So you just memorize some like absolute like try hard phrases and then just spam it, and then you just get an A star. Easy peasy. Ach die liebe Zeit is a phrase that actually German kids your age probably think. Loads of captures are looking enticing. This one looks... Oh, Jesus Christ, don't look at the screen. Can I avoid it? No, I accidentally... Oh, it's actually bullshit. Actually bullshit. I tried to even block the screen and I still, between my fingers, managed to see the move. It's actually so cringe. Okay, so we know the correct answer now. I would not have got there very easily. I know that for a fact. Wow. What on earth is the idea of rook a2, correct? Or was this not the answer? Because rook a2 looks ridiculous. What even is rook a2? Was rook a2 even the answer? What even is that? Did I miss the answer? Did I misread it? Rook a2? The hell is this? Okay, so I guess maybe you're threatening to play rook c3 now that the pawn is pinned. Was it rook a2? Oh god, that's even worse than not knowing any clues. Rook a2. Because rook a2, if they take me, I take back. I'm threatening the b2 pawn. Just go rook e2. Literally, what am I doing? Oh, but then I go rook takes c3. And then I still can come in. I guess rook e2 works. This is ridiculous. God, thank God we mouse flipped that because I was never going to find rook a2. Now we can even play rook takes c3, perhaps? Based on this, we've got mate. But rook c3? What if they take my rook? I guess this check has to be winning. King g2, queen f2, king h1. Take the rook at the very least. So if they come this way... Check? King here? And why is there not a simple win? Rook c3, rook a2, rook f3, king e2. Ah, maybe we give a check on e3. And after king d1, then we've got queen c1. King goes back. Then we give a rook check. And then we get them with this checkmate. This checkmate pattern. Okay, so... Yeah, it's utterly ridiculous. I should have checked if queen takes f7 had any impact. Like, or queen a8. Just look at every single check first, but... Okay. Wait, what was the move? Rook f3, and then queen e3 if king e2. Oh, there's a knight. The knight on b3. Oh, no. Oh, man. I did not see the knight on b3, which is why it's so important to evaluate the position at the start. I didn't even know where the pieces are. How am I supposed to see knight takes c1 if I don't know where the pieces are? It's crazy. But then after rook f2, I didn't see what to do after king d1. Oh, we finished the chapter in this way? Oh, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. I feel terrible. I feel actually terrible. We mouse flipped. We then got the follow-up wrong. We blundered our queen, and that sums up our journey to calculation mastery. It's tragic. It's a tragedy, guys. It's a tragedy. I don't even see king d1. What's the follow-up? I guess we just take the rook on a2. Jesus Christ, that was disgusting. Just take the rook on a2. God, that was awful. So everyone is saying that the stream is lagging. That's crazy. Oh, it does say that the stream was lagging. Rip. No, I need to move back to Southeast Asia if we want to have good streams. I cannot, you know. English internet is just garbage. What can I say? Rook a2 threatens rook takes b2. Did I even pick up on that? I'm not even sure anymore. Rook a2, king h1, what's the point? It's a fair question. King h1, maybe queen f2 is my instinct. Because if rook takes a2, I've got queen takes e1. And that looks promising. Oh, let's go. Queen f2 wins. Or an exchanging on a1 first. I don't know. Hard ass puzzle. Hard ass puzzle. Man. I can't believe you haven't quit this course yet. It's crazy. It's crazy the level of commitment and dedication that goes into being autistic. On that note, do I end the stream there, or do I show you guys this Garganitza game? You know what? Let's show the Garganitza game. We can't end on that. It's so disgusting. Actually, so disgusting. I can't stand to do another position though. Let me check Merseyside. Let's have a look. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is the ability of a 2100 ECS player who cannot solve calculation but can play certain positions very well. So let me share my screen and let's have a look. Right, so I had a game against Mr. Paul Evans, a 1950 rated ECS player. I played him once before. He actually completely dogged on me. This was how the game went last time. We got this Austrian attack set up, and I was out of book at this moment after the move g3. And this is a very clever move, because normally white will just play a move like bishop e3 or bishop d3, and then I play h4, which prevents g4, because I can always take en passant. And he played move g3, which is actually what Bobby Fischer played against Petrosian. But I didn't really know what to do. I just kind of developed my pieces in Garganitza kind of style. I put my knight on c7 because I was feeling like, if he ever takes, then I can take back and put my knight on e6. But what ended up happening was he kind of just played g4 and brought all of his pieces in. This was a very nice move, and actually I was completely crushed here had he just taken my knight. In this position, I felt like this was just completely busted, and he just plays with like f5, and it's completely over, and I'm completely lost. And when he went f5, I think it's still lost in this position, but it requires a bit more finesse. But after e takes f6, knight takes f5, I get 2 pawns for the piece, and it's still bad, but it's not over. And at this moment, I played h4, and actually I spotted in the game that he actually had this resource bishop f5, but he missed it. So I guess this is kind of like a woodpecker kind of move. But what ended up happening was I managed to round up the pawn. I then managed to get my knight onto a good square, like this. And then I managed to activate my pieces and reach this follow-up where I'm playing queen against queen and knight, but I have more pawns. And we get this situation where we end up getting this endgame. And the thing is, I'd already done some schematic thinking, so I knew which piece trades I wanted. And I knew that if he trades queens, the advantage is with me. And we got to a position like this where he played this knight h4 and allowed queen f6. And then, I managed to win the game this way. And actually, knight d3 is still a fight, but only for computers. Like, already it's extremely hard for a human to save us. So this was a very, very nice comeback game, but technically I was busted from the opening. So I wasn't sure if I was going to play this guy again, which is why you see in the introduction here I say that, I can never bring myself to prep someone if I don't know for sure that I'm playing them. It's just like so much effort. But luckily the 15 minutes I spent was actually well worth it. And we got the same line again. And Bro actually repeated with g3. And I knew at this moment that queen b6 is the top engine move. And the point is that it's very difficult for them to develop, because then there's this coordination with the knight, and then I take on b2, and then I win one of these pieces. So he has to play queen d3, which he found, which means that now he is threatening bishop e3, because now he can play this and then come in. So, because he's now defending the knight. So, knight h6 was played, which was prep, still prep, still prep, still prep, and I knew bishop g2, like none of this has been played on the database. Like queen b6 has never ever been found on the database. But this was engine prep, and I actually predicted at this moment, what is my opponent going to play? Bishop g2 feels like the most natural move. So I prepared bishop g2, I prepared c5, and I'd also looked at what happens if he tries to sack, and I'd also looked at what was the top engine move, which was dc5, that's what he played. And then I took back, and I knew that the top engine line was to play knight a4, queen a5, and then takes, and the position is just equal, or something. But he took. I took back, and he played queen f3 here. So in this position, black to play. What to do? Paul Evans knows his theory. Paul Evans might go. Unfortunately, I know more theory than Mr. Paul Evans. So, yeah, no, Queen D3, he knew his stuff. He knew his stuff because, I mean, he'd done a bit of homework from our last game. Yeah, Queen D3 was nice. But now I cook him. I cook him with a move. Okay, chat has died, so let me explain. In this position, I considered all of my candidate moves. And the thing is, because I played the last 14, 15 moves of theory, I kind of had the energy. Are you sure you mean knight d3, Josh? Are you sure you mean knight d3? Knight d3 is this. d4 is cute, but d4 doesn't work because I think white can just... What was it? That was a refutation to d4, which I'm forgetting right now. d4 doesn't work for some reason. I've forgotten. Let's have a look. Oh, actually no, it must have been d4 later. Yeah, I know where d4 comes in. So the point is, knight e3 is the move. So nice because queen e3, then there's knight b3. And it only works because I cover this square so that the queen is staying loose. So knight e3 was played, and originally I played it to try and trade off that bishop because I didn't really like the long-term pressure on this diagonal, and then we just have the better pawn structure. But I also realized if my opponent plays the move rook d2, I hit him with knight c4. And I had the odd feeling that my opponent was eyeing up knight d2. I just had this intuition, right? And at the very moment I eyed up this feeling, I had this feeling that he was going to play rook d2, I stood up from the board. Because I remembered from the last time I played him, every time I'd stand up from the board and walk around, he seemed to always play a move quickly. Because he basically would want to play a move and, you know, have me lose a bit more time. And I know this because this sometimes crosses my mind as well. And so I did. I stood up from the board, I had a look around, and my opponent, I guess not feeling the need to have to decide between like rook e1 and rook d2, which kind of do the same thing in this situation, I came back to the board, and to my delight, rook d2. Knight c4. Complete shocker. Completely missed it. Played b3. I took. For the record, I think this is where someone suggested d4 as a follow-up. Because I posted this on like the Liverpool group chat. But anyway, I played knight c4. And then I won the exchange. And now it's a matter of technique. I spent some time here, which you always should. Because after you finish some combination, you should always work out what the correct plan is, where the correct piece placement is. It's just schematic thinking. I decided that my king would be safest on b8. And I got my pieces developed this way. Then I stopped any knight b5 or queen b5 business, and I played d4, and this was a top engine move because this position has been improved statically to the max, so d4 was now the dynamic move to break. He played knight e4, and this is where I actually messed up because I should have really just calculated knight a4 and just won the game on the spot, but I actually completely missed that he could take with the bishop, because I thought he would only take with the queen, and I thought I was doing really well because I just played rook c7, overprotect b7, and triple everything on the c file and win on one of these squares. But even if this had happened, he actually had bishop f1 here to come to d3, which is similar to the game. I just been too like lazy here. Like I should just make sure that knight a4 wins because it's really busted. I actually think I felt like king a1 was fine for him, and I completely missed that rook c2 is available because he can't take because of mate. So yeah, I think this should have ended much sooner. I then had to grind this out, and this took a long time. I had to basically shuffle my pieces. I didn't want to rush with a5 because then that might limit a potential piece that can come to the square. I then improved my pieces, reached this position, managed to find this breakthrough, exploiting the loose queen, and we then had this position, but he surprised me with bishop b5, and his idea is to try and sneak around and create some passes. And here, I actually messed up because I realized after I went king c7, I had calculated that I can go rook c4, and I'd only calculated king b3 with tempo. But of course, king b2 is much better. And then actually, I'm a bit too slow to like win these pawns, and it gets hairy. But what I could have done was play king c8 here, and then play rook c4, and then on king b2 play rook c7. But I couldn't do this because my king was in the way. So I was starting to choke this a bit. But then I came in clutch because at this moment I found king d7, which is really nice to hold the e pawn, which is important because then when I drop the h pawn, I'm in time to win this pawn, and there's no time for bishop f3 to win this pawn. So I did just enough to get this, and this was a very nice couple move sequence to just force the issue in a way that was favorable and keep 3 pawns instead of 2. Because had I played e takes f5, then actually I would be losing one of these pawns by force. So basically, I managed to keep all 3 pawns, and then I just had to hang on to everything, improve my pieces, sack the pawn for the a pawn, put the guy in zugzwang, and the guy resigned. So, very very nice game. And I would say like the thing is first, I think it's just the case with adults. Like when I say adults, I mean adults like my age and above, coming from the British school of chess. Because you've got to remember that chess captures threats wasn't taught to us at a young age. So to actually miss a move like rook d2 is not insane if your intuition is telling you that the best move is to take if his intuition was that I was going to take the bishop, right? Like it's just a backwards knight move, but it doesn't look like the case. It looks like I've gone for the fork. It looks like that's my intention. So it's not like as simple as a blunder. I think it comes with some trickery, and not to mention that I stood up from the board and kind of provoked him to play faster. So I can totally see it being a blunder. And if you look at some of my past blunders, like even like a few years ago, I was making blunders worse than rook d2 in my chess, just because my calculation was just not consistent. So I think OTB 2000 plus players, okay, his rating's 1950. He has been above 2000 though. It's possible, very, very possible. And actually, given the way he played and defended, I mean, I actually think he did really well. Like it was really tough to grind him down and get the win. So yeah, but what I can say is like, Gergenitz is just super nice. Because I mean like, it's just not easy. It's not easy for white to play. Like all of these weak, loose squares in their, their space advantage. Not much of a space advantage if you end up trading 2 minor pieces, and it wasn't so easy to avoid that. So, nice game from me. And onwards and upwards, 2100 ECF, we keep it going. So, thank you for the compliment, very Karpovian. I will leave that to the audience to decide. You say one move blunders like this should never happen. Let me show you some of my one move blunders. Let me think. Is Bristol gonna come up here, or is it gonna be? Oh boy, is this? No, that's from my friend. Do I mention it here? No, I don't think so. Yeah. Maybe my own embarrassment will be spared. But no, I've made some horrific one movers. Honestly, horrific. Yeah, Arab is so much talk. It's unbelievable. I mean, Arab, don't make me pull up your ECF profile, or FIDE profile for that matter. Don't make me do it. But no, I'm glad to hear you're getting better. Unironically. Glad to hear it. Early h3 lines are hell. I mean, the thing is, everyone keeps hating on these early h3 lines because engine says so-and-so. And it's like, just play the damn opening and find out for yourself. Like, I genuinely don't think it's that bad. Like, I remember I was in Indonesia and I was playing with Garuda Pura, who has a YouTube channel, who's like 2700 blitz on chess.com. And we played this h3 line to death. We played it like 50 times. And I kept playing this like early h5, which is what everyone is like complaining about on the chessable. And I had great games. And this is a guy who literally preps harder than like most titled players. And he couldn't completely crack it, right? It was just like, he would get these like +1, +1.5 advantages, and I would get play. I would be able to find ideas. I would be able to outplay him. Because it's not an easy +1.5. So you just got to play. You just got to play it and find out for yourself. Like anyone can just turn on an engine, smash the spacebar and establish plus 1.5 whatever, but it's just unrealistic. So just play it, just play it. And if you really hate the early h5 lines, just play d6. Play d6 instead of d5 on move 4, and then you're fine. So yeah, I'm not worried, really not worried. But okay guys, almost midnight. Let's call it a day there. So thank you for tuning in, and yeah, see you around. Adios.